Rod Fleming here, and I do hope you're well. I'm going to return here today to a little incident that, it's an ongoing saga, actually, in which I have been the target of victimization by a seriously nasty autogynephilic male. Not really, he's no longer a man because he's had his dick taken off. So, autogynephilic male, which has been going on for over a year now. I did nothing to cause this, by the way, as I explained before. All I did was this person had been grooming me for nearly a year, or maybe even over a year, to no effect, because I thought it was all ridiculous. And then wanted me to assist him in basically mentally destroying one of his other groomees, whom he thought was not progressing fast enough into transition. And so couldn't be actually homosexual, transsexual, and should just stop. And of course, this person is not homosexual, transsexual. This person is an autogynephilic male, a transvestite. Anyway, to go back, let me see what we have here to say. We'll just read some of his emails. In fact, we'll go through the history. November the 9th, he says, "Do not talk about my medical history or surgery. That is out of line. As I say, I already know you won't say anything that could be perceived as incriminating against me out of fear yourself. You do not scare me." Why could I possibly incriminate myself? By telling the truth. It is the truth, Polsky. It is. It's all here. I've got all the emails and they ain't going nowhere, buddy boy. And so let's go on. And it gets real choice now. So, exactly what I thought. All bark, no bite. You're too much of a pussy to even attempt to bring me down or character assassinate me. So you can stop with the empty threats, bitch boy. I always ran things in our group. P.S. Do you have AIDS now? Now mark that bit about the AIDS. Remember that as we go through this. I was never in a group with this person. This person would call me up on WhatsApp at least once a week, sometimes twice, and bore me stupid for sometimes 2 hours. I mean, I needed a drink after it. It was just so utterly unbelievably boring. Sam would have nothing to do with him. She was like, screw this. This guy's a total freak. I don't want anything to do with it. And she was right. She was usually right, Sam, Right, so then Paul Britton, that is his real name. Ray, your latest YouTube video about me. Is that all you got, you little maggot? For all the criticism about my spelling, which by the way is appalling. Another word comes to mind when I think of you, and it rhymes with maggot. I believe it begins with an F. I mean, how pathetic can you get? This is the kind of stuff that goes on in playgrounds, school playgrounds. Anyway, I don't think you ever went to school. You really are a half-hearted little queer. But as you say, there's nothing wrong with being a queer, as long as we stay true to ourselves, right? And don't pretend to be straight when you're clearly anything but. I don't give a monkey's fuck what you think I am. Why would I? You're a nothing. You're a horrible autogynephilic man. Male. Sorry, not really a man because you had the dick cut off. And, his picture is up here. So people can see what you're like. They'll recognise you in public, Paul. I said, you didn't have it in me. I said you didn't have it in me to character assassinate me. You can't even speak English. And I was correct. All you did was share one poorly taken photograph of me at an unflattering angle and ramble on about a grooming myth. No mention of the wicked rumours that have been stirred up against me regarding Kate at a premiere in... I'll tell you about that in a second, because that's all they are. Rumours. They're just rumours. And I would attempt to bring you down if you were to share such false allegations. Or my address, as you keep threatening. So, bitch boy, stop with the threats and give up while you're ahead. Well, let's start. Your address. I have your address here, and you live in Wolverhampton. You're a former employee of Wolverhampton Council, which I believe is some sort of city corporation, and you took early retirement. Now, as for the allegations, which were made by a person who at that time called himself Kate, he's not transsexual, he's a very confused young man, but that's a different thing. What had happened was that, according to Kate, Paul Britton had been grooming him encouraging him to transition, to become, more feminine. Is a pretty big guy, by the way, and had invited himself to meet Kate in this Premier Inn in Kate's hometown, which is about 100 miles from Wolverhampton. I don't need to give the details of where that is. So anyway, what happened was, let me see if I can improve the light just a little bit. Oh yeah, that's better. So what happened was, Kate gets to the Premier Inn, right? Meets up with Paul. They go to meet Kate's parents, and Kate's mother is absolutely horrified by this character. It's like creeped out totally, as you would be. I mean, he's a very creepy man. And they went back, according to Kate, to the Premier Inn, got into the room, and at this point, Paul Britton starts to undress. Take all his clothes off, and Kate is like busy freaking out, going, "What is going on here?" I mean, Paul doesn't have a penis, so it's not like it's rape. So something else was in his perverted little mind. So the next thing that happens is he gets the underwear, and at this point, according to Kate, she fled the room. She ran away, and somehow got home. I don't know whether she was in her own car or took a taxi. But that's the allegations that he doesn't want me to tell you. So there you are. I told you. Don't fucking threaten me. Not ever. Right. So then we go on. And I said, yeah, okay, I'll put up your alleged attempt to sexually harass Kate, and it's already on my website. So he responds, "You are an impish cretin, and let me tell you, you little sodomite, I am a woman, and I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. I'm still on good terms with Cat and Ash. Be warned, and rest in piss." And you can feel the rage. See, what this is an autogynephilic narcissistic rage. This person has been challenged. I mean, all I did was not show up for this online meeting where he was planning to totally destroy someone that he'd been grooming, because he decided that he, as an autogynephilic male, had decided this other person couldn't be HSTS because it was taking too long for the hormones to have an effect. It's just total bollocks, It displays a complete failure to comprehend the science. And I mean, if we're talking about hormones not having terrifically great effect, Paul, sometime you ought to look in a mirror, buddy boy. Anyway, it goes on. "I suggest you delete your video about me on your blog post, Rod. I say this with utmost seriousness. It will be more damaging for you than it is for me. Think about this." So then we go on to, he sent me a little video clip of me walking down the street going to get some beer, which I do most days. I go and get a bottle of beer. I quite like a bottle of beer in the afternoon. As far as I remember, that ain't illegal. So anyway, one of these fuckers, who's obviously in cahoots with Sarah, because he doesn't like me, because I threw him out of the house. He laid hands on Sam when she was really sick, so I just flung him out. Gave him a forfarani, the bum's rush. And he don't like me no more, because I put hands on him and fucking threw him out the door. Leaving that aside. One of your friends sent me this video today. Now, Rod, ultimately, to be honest, I don't care what articles you write up on your crappy little blog, because no one reads it. I don't care. This is a threat. You see, what he's saying, what Paul is saying is that, "Oh, I know where you live. I can get my friends to come and hurt you." This is a threat. So, Paul, I know exactly where you live. Now everybody knows that you know where I live. So if anything happens to me, Paul, they're going to look on my website, and that's where they're going to find your address, because it's going up. Anyway, I do, however, care that you have my name slapped all over your YouTube channel, and it will stay there. And there is a chance my family and friends will see it. Why would you worry? You have lived your life as is allegedly you have. Why would you be ashamed of it? What is wrong with you being on YouTube? Exposed, except if you're a monster, a groomer who has been getting away with it for a long time. Maybe you are. I'm not saying anything. I wouldn't indulge in defamation because I know the law. I am leveling with you. Yeah, right. You started this war between us. No, I didn't. I had nothing to do. I didn't do anything at all. I simply refused to go and accompany this online, you know, accompany this vermin in destroying a very charming young person who has subsequently transitioned and seems to be very happy. And also, I stood by a friend of mine called Sharon Martin, who's lovely, an absolutely lovely person, while, you know, basically this creep was trying to slag her off. Well, I stand by my friends, you know. So screw you. You ain't getting away with that, pal. Buddy boy. So, this is my suggestion. Delete your YouTube video about me and do not mention my name again. And I'm mentioning it. Oh my God, I'm mentioning it. Paul Britton, Wolverhampton. Or all the allegations leveled against me, which I have just outlined to you. I hope this email reminds you of the power dynamic that exists between us. You being my subordinate, who's going to do what I say and not defame me anymore. Wishful fucking thinking, dear boy. I haven't defamed you. Reporting things that have been reported to me is not defamation. It's hearsay. You know, if you knew anything about law, you would know that these are not the same thing. I am simply repeating what has been told to me and also stating facts that I know did happen. You did attempt to involve me in your nasty little cabal to gang up on somebody in New Zealand. You know, it's amazing. You did these things. It's not, if it's the complete defense against defamation is truth. If what I say is true, you are fucked, Paul. Paul Britton, Wolverhampton. I'm not subordinate to you. Don't worry about it. You have done enough damage. Why do you hate me so much? I don't hate you. I think you're just despicable. I think you're a horrible, horrible person. And I think that it is right and proper that you be exposed for being what you are, which is vile. I haven't made no threats. How could I threaten you? All I've done is tell the truth about you. If you see that as a threat, you have problems, buddy boy. By the way, I remember you have HIV. Now here's interesting, because this person hates me so much, for no reason, but hates me so much, that he wants me to have HIV so I will die a horrible death of AIDS. That's what he wants. He wants this. He desperately wants this with all the passion of his heart, his nasty black little heart. Oh my God, please let him be sick. Please let him die. Let him die. Let him die. This is classic autogynephilic narcissistic rage. And it is absolutely one of the primary reasons why we should not be listening to autogynephiles. We should tell them, no. We don't want to give you any compromises. We don't want to give you any room. You're horrible people, and you're horrible because you behave like this. There's no difference between this bullshit and, you know, people are getting assaulted on television, GameStop boy, all of these people. They're all the same trash. Autogynephilia in mature males is dangerous. What's the word? Right. I'm unsure if it's full-blown AIDS or not. Well, I think you could tell looking at me, I got AIDS. And just to clarify with everyone, Sam was suspected of having had HIV. So I had myself tested and I'm clear. I'm so sorry, Paul. I'm absolutely clear. I don't have I was Hep A and B tested and also HIV, and I don't have any of them. I'm not going to die for you, little man. So, you can stop lying and give up the pretense that you somehow magically did not catch HIV of living with a HIV positive man. Well, see, that's what he thinks of Sam, who was a trans woman. See what we're talking about here? He's misgendering a genuine transsexual because, well, I don't know, probably because he's just evil, you know. Let's carry on. You ridiculous liar. Well, like I say, you know, I've had the tests, I'm fine. Why don't you tell your fans this? Well, I just did tell you, I've had the tests and I'm clear. Perhaps I don't even have to worry about you going forward because the AIDS will take care of you before you can bully and defame me anymore. But I'll tell you something, pal. You're going to wait a bloody long time for that because I ain't got any problem health-wise. Sorry. Not sorry. You know, who goes around wishing a horrible disease and death on other people, simply because they wouldn't go along with you in trying to destroy another person. Who is so deranged, whose lunacy is so developed, whose insanity is at this point that they would actually kill, they would wish death upon a person who's never done them any harm, just because, narcissistic rage. And I have it on very good authority. This person has actually attempted to take out a contract on me. I mean, in fact, there's the wankers out here. Give me a break. Anyway, as I say, anything happens to me, they're going to find you, Paul, because your address is on my website. With the whole record of all our exchanges, everything. Anyway, why don't you tell your Francis? Oh yes, AIDS will take care of you before you can bully and defame me anymore. As I've said before, the truth is not defamation. Truth is never defamation. Perfect defense against an allegation of defamation is the truth. You are fucked, my little boy. Still struggling to afford the medication, Roderick? I've never taken medication. Why would I? I don't have HIV. It's absolutely incredible. Pathetic. I think I know which one of us is the pathetic, actually. And to finish, stop bullying me. Stop trying to intimidate me. Leave me alone. I have said my piece. I suggest you listen. Oh, I'm going to do terrible things. I'm going to get somebody to come and beat you up. I'm going to get somebody to kill you. I'll make sure the AIDS takes you out. A fucking lunatic, this one. Paul Britton, living in Wolverhampton. The full address is on my website, rodfleming.com. It will be staying there. Bye for now.